back. This is Baller Scuba with more bonus episodes of Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. I am joined, as always, by my ultimate squad of Fred, Crash, and Stefan. This is my level grinding squad. I have reached level 99. For all my characters, they're not all here for me to show off, but trust me, they're all level 99. Most of what I've been focusing on, though, is the materia. I'll go over what I have been doing and where I have been doing it in a bit, but I want you to notice that Fred doesn't actually have anything equipped. Neither does Crash. Stefan does, though. I can't actually get rid of his. There's no room. I am out of room when it comes to materia. That is a lot of materia grinding that I have been doing, but I want to get rid of some of it. Remember that we can blend materia in order to get rid of some of it, give myself a little bit more room. I do already have 3 master magic materias on me. I also leveled up the rest of the magic, not to master, but at least enough so that I could get the highest level spells. What I do want to do is head over here. I do have 1 master summon ready, but I would like another one. I am going to do this on screen. I feel like it is important enough, after thinking about it for a bit, to do this on screen. Summoned materia blend. All maximum level summoned materia will be blended. Maximum level summoned magic has been lost. Received 1 master summoned materia. Yes. And I do get a master summon materia. I already have one of these, like I said I did. Stefan has it equipped right now. But I did get another one, so now I do have 2. Very, very close to getting a 3rd one. I do want to get 3 of them, but as you can see, because he does have the master summon materia, he can summon everything. I know we haven't seen Typhoon yet, but we will. We will definitely see him. I'm not a big fan of Typhoon. Honestly, didn't think he would take as long to level up as he did. In terms of getting a 3rd summon materia, master summon materia, I should say, all I need to do is get Knights of the Round up. Everything else is good to go. Oh my god, it's so far down here. So there's my master summon. Here's Knights of the Round. I'm getting close to getting it there. There's only 2 materia, really, that I want to level up at this point. I've been doing a lot of work. But I failed to mention before that there is actually another master materia. That would be over here. It is glowing strangely. Get closer to the command materia. It's a quiet glow. This color is the same color as command materia. Now, command materia blend works a little bit differently. It is not every yellow materia out there. It is only steel, sense, which is for some reason misspelled here, throw, morph, death blow, manipulate, and mime. Now, I already have 2 of these, so let's get myself a 3rd one. And I have received a Master Command Materia, which you might have seen before when I was scrolling through Stefan's stuff, is right here. So if I were to look at... Actually, can I do it from the materia screen? Yeah, I can. If we were to look at Stefan's setup, it is ridiculous. He's got every magic in the book. He's got every summon in the book. And he's got a shit ton of other things that he can do. He can throw coins, he can sense, he can steal, death blow, manipulate, mime, and morph. It is absolutely ridiculous how powerful you can make yourself in this game. So now if I arrange, you can see that I do have a lot more room than I used to. At least a page worth. And then once I get that Knights of the Round leveled up, I can get myself a 3rd Master Summon Materia. With this setup, I do have 3 Master Magics, 3 Master Commands, very close to getting 3 Master Summons. That means everybody can have a setup like this. Stefan is very, very powerful right now. I've been working on him killing people as well with that death penalty. But with that done, it's time for me to show you guys exactly what I have been doing. And this has all been legit, just for the record. No glitches, no cheats, frame skip, but that's all that I've allowed myself. And here has been my grinding spot for the past few days. I have been outside of Medeal here. You do want to stay in the forest, because when you are in the forest here, you can only encounter enemies that are pretty much going to give you over 200 AP per fight. We're looking at 200 to 300 AP each fight, and at the levels that I was at when I started grinding, I could one-shot damn near the entire group of enemies. So we went through this quite quickly, trying to get experience and AP. AP is really the reason that I was here, though. So much AP is required for what I have done. But as a result, I do have everybody leveled up, and it is now time to start going over a semi-detailed character analysis of all of my final party members. I'm hoping here to give kind of a apples to apples, a fair comparison of all the final party members to see who was possibly the best to have in my final party. We're going to start off with Fred, and as you might expect, Fred, since he is actually required to be in your final party, he is the best character in your party. It's not even really that close. His strength, his magic, and his spirit are the highest stats in the party. His are higher than anybody else's. His HP, MP, and vitality are second. He is ridiculously good. His weak points, I guess you could say, are dexterity and luck. He's average in the party when it comes to that. In terms of his weapon, it is Ultima weapon. You can see here that we do have a total attack of 200. That's his strength plus the attack power from the Ultima weapon. So it does give him 200 attack total. However, because it is his ultimate weapon, there is something of a gimmick to level up its power even more. Now, the actual formula for Fred's ultimate weapon's power up is 3 times that attack power times his HP, his current HP, I should say, divided by his max HP, and all that plus 1. So at this point, if I were to attack, it wouldn't be an attack power of 200, it would be at 601, because he has full HP. So that's the most that he can do. 601 attack power. That is nothing to sneeze at. That is good stuff. His limit break is Omni Slash. Now this slices up all opponents. It actually hits them 15 times, but at a reduced rate at 3/4 the normal damage, but that still adds up to a total of 11.25 times his normal attack damage. That's what you get for Omni Slash. That is a lot. It's over 10 times a normal hit. That is very, very good. So that's Fred. As you might expect, he is quite good. Next up, we do have Tank. As I named him, so he is. This is the best physical tank in your party. His HP and his vitality are the highest in your party. His strength is second highest, so he is all around a physical guy. His magic isn't bad, but it's just average. His MP, though, is the lowest in your party. His dexterity is also the lowest in your party. That makes him the slowest character. His luck isn't quite that good, but to be honest, I don't really care that much about luck. His spirit is very low as well. It's actually tied for 7th out of 8 in your party, so if you're just looking for physical attacks, look to Tank. If you're looking for magic, not so much. But his missing score, I think, makes up for it. The missing score, as you can see, increases your attack power by 98. So 98 plus 98 is 196 total attack for Tank at max level. But what really helps the missing score is its gimmick. The way that the missing score powers up itself is calculated by multiplying the power, in this case 196, times the total AP of the materia that is equipped on the missing score, divides that by 10,000, and then divides that by 16, and then adds 1 to that. Now that's a lot of numbers, I realize, so let me give you some perspective on it. A mastered Knights of the Round materia has 500,000 AP on it. It is the most in the game, but that's just one materia. 500,000. If I were to put a mastered Knights of the Round materia onto the missing score, it would multiply the attack by just over 3 overall. So if I put just one mastered Knights of the Round materia onto the missing score, Tank's damage multiplier is now higher than Fred's when he's got full HP. So Tank has a higher ceiling for the damage multiplier than Fred does. In fact, if you were to put the most AP possible onto Tank's missing score, that would be 8 Knights of the Round materia all mastered. That would give him a damage multiplier of around 25. With that said, of course, he cannot break the limit for damage, which is just under 10,000, so it's not necessarily worth the time to do it, but his attack is still technically higher should you equip him properly. If we look at his limit as well, remember that goes off of attack power just as much as a normal attack, he has Catastrophe. Catastrophe is arguably the best limit break in the game. Once again, it's kind of arguable. A lot of people have different opinions on that. But Catastrophe does 10 hits, each for 1.25 times your normal damage. So it increases the normal hit by 25% for a total of 12.5 times a normal amount of damage by using Catastrophe. That is the highest multiplier in the game for a limit break. So, arguably, it can be considered the best limit break because it does the most damage. And that's Tank. He is quite physical, as you might imagine. Next up, we do have Sheska. Sheska is average. Really, she's not really the best. She's not the worst, though. If we take a look at her stats, her strength, dexterity, and her... Actually, I think that's it. I think it's just the two of those are third in your party. Everything else is kind of mediocre, 4th through 6th, somewhere around there, except for her magic stat. Her magic is actually the worst in the game. At least now it is. Now that everybody's level 99, she has the worst magic in the game, and I've been using her for magic primarily. She was my healer. This was kind of surprising to me. If we take a look at her premium heart, though, maybe that will help make up for it just a little bit. It adds 99 to her strength for a total attack power of 194. The gimmick on it is somewhat powerful. It will take her attack power, multiply it by her limit level, then multiply it by the percentage full that her limit gauge is. And it rounds that off to 16ths, if that makes sense. So if we take a look at where her limit gauge is now, I'd probably say around, 10 16ths. I'm not good at guesstimating in 16ths, but I'm going to say around 10 16ths. And then it adds 1 to that. So the most that we can do with Sheska is have her at limit level 4 with a full limit gauge. At that point, she would be doing roughly 4 times the damage, which is definitely more than most of the other party members. But at the same time, as soon as you use her limit break, then it doesn't really multiply it by anything, does it? It just kind of stays the way that it is. So with Sheska, it almost as if you don't want to use a limit break. And I don't like the way that that works, to be honest with you. If we do take a look at her limit break, she works, of course, differently than anybody else. We have Final Heaven, technically, as her final limit break. But with Sheska, of course, it is a matter of accumulation. when you use Final Heaven, you use all 7 of these techniques. You use Beat Rush, then Somersault, then Water Kick, then Meteor Drive, then Dolphin Blow, then Meteor Strike, and finally Final Heaven. You do all 7. If you were to get a normal hit on all 7 of these, no yas, no misses, then it would add up to roughly 12 times the total attack power, the total damage, 12 times a normal attack by using that. And of course that would be multiplied by 4 because her limit gauge would be full. So if you think you can beat the boss or your opponent by using it, then it's great. But if you think that the opponent will survive all these attacks, then I wouldn't use it, because now Sheska is really unable to do the same amount of damage that she just was able to do. So that's Sheska. Like I said, kind of average.